Now we all know Sigma males are a whole different breed of alpha males. But there are some of them who really stand out. You want to know more? Tag along. Number 5. Self-reliant. You see, being self-reliant means that you are able to take care of yourself, no matter what life throws your way. It means that you are confident in your own abilities and that you don't need anyone else to tell you what to do. And that's a pretty empowering feeling. Think about it for a moment. How often do we rely on others to make decisions for us? Whether it's our parents, our friends, or even our coworkers, we often seek out the opinions and guidance of others before we make our own choices. And while there's certainly nothing wrong with seeking out advice and guidance, there comes a point where we need to be able to stand on our own 2 feet. That's where self-reliance comes in. By being self-reliant, we're able to make our own decisions, take our own risks, and reap our own rewards. And let me tell you, there's something really satisfying about that. Of course, being self-reliant isn't always easy. It requires a ton of hard work, dedication, and a willingness to take risks. But in the end, I believe that it's worth it. Because when we're able to rely on ourselves, we're able to achieve things that we never thought possible. Now, I know that not everyone is going to agree with me on this. Some people might argue that it's important to rely on others and that being self-reliant is just a recipe for disaster. But to those people, I would say this. Yes, it's important to have a support system in place, but that doesn't mean that we should rely on others for everything. Instead, we should strive to be self-reliant while still maintaining healthy relationships with the people around us. Because in the end, it's not about being a lone wolf or a lone genius. It's about being able to take care of ourselves while still being able to connect with and rely on others when we need to. Number 4. Happy in solitude. Now, why would anyone want to be alone when they could be out partying with their friends, right? There are many benefits to being in solitude. For one, it allows you to have a clear headspace, free from distractions and external noise. It enables you to focus on your thoughts, which in turn can lead to self-reflection, introspection, and personal growth. And let's be honest, sometimes we all need a rest from the chaos of the world. Solitude provides that break, and it allows you to recharge your batteries. It's like hitting the reset button, and when you come back, you're better equipped to handle whatever life throws your way. But how can you stay happy in solitude? Well, for starters, you need to learn to love yourself. It may sound cliche, but it's true. When you love yourself, you don't need anyone else to make you happy. You become self-sufficient, and that's a powerful thing. Secondly, you need to find things that bring you joy. It could be reading, writing, painting, or anything else that makes you happy. When you engage in activities that you love, you will find that you don't ever notice the time passing by. Thirdly, you need to embrace the power of silence. In our fast-paced world, we are bombarded with noise all the time. Social media, TV, radio, and more. We forget how to be still and listen to our own thoughts. Solitude provides that opportunity, and when you learn to appreciate silence, you will find that it's not as scary as it seems. Number 3. Adapts easily to change. In today's world, things are changing faster than ever before. Technology is advancing at an immediate rate, and if you're not willing to adapt, you're going to get left behind. But it's not just about technology. The world is constantly changing in other ways too. New ideas are emerging. New social norms are being established, and if you're not willing to adapt, you're going to find yourself out of touch with the world around you. Now, I know that change can be scary. We all like to be comfortable, and change can be disruptive to that comfort. But here's the thing, change is inevitable. It's going to happen whether we like it or not. The only thing we can control is how we react to it, and that's where the genius Sigma male comes in. They understand that change is a necessary part of growth and progress, and they embrace it with open arms. Think about it this way. When you're trying to learn a new skill or tackle a new project, there's always going to be a learning curve. There will be ups and downs, and there will be times when you feel like giving up. But the genius Sigma male knows that the key to success is perseverance. They understand that failure is just a stepping stone to success, and they use every setback as an opportunity to learn and grow. So how can we all attain this skill? Well, it starts with a willingness to embrace change. Instead of fearing it, we need to see it as an opportunity to grow and expand. We need to be open to new ideas and new ways of doing things. And we need to be willing to take risks and try new things. But it's not just about being open to change. We also need to be proactive in our approach. We can't just sit back and wait for things to happen to us. We need to take charge of our lives and actively seek out new opportunities for growth and learning. We need to be willing to step outside of our comfort zones and push ourselves to new heights. Now, I know that all of this might sound easier said than done, but trust me, it's worth it. Number 2, treats people equally. Think about it. If you treat certain people better than others, you're essentially relying on them for something. Whether it's their approval, acceptance, or something else, you're putting yourself in a position where you need them. A true Sigma male doesn't need anyone else to feel validated or important. They understand that everyone is equal and deserves to be treated with respect, regardless of their status, race, gender, or any other factor. Now, there might be some people who don't deserve to be treated nicely, and for them too, it does not mean you cross your path with them. Treating someone equally doesn't mean you have to like or agree with them. It simply means treating them with the same basic level of respect and decency that you would want for yourself. It means not discriminating against them or treating them unfairly because of something they can't control. Plus, treating people equally can actually benefit you in the long run. When you treat everyone with respect and kindness, you're more likely to build positive relationships and gain people's trust. This can lead to better opportunities, more connections, and overall a happier life. On the other hand, if you treat people poorly or unfairly, you'll likely burn bridges and limit your opportunities. Finally, number 1, quiet and contemplative. First of all, let's talk about what it means to be quiet and contemplative. When I say this, I don't mean that you have to be a total introvert who never talks to anyone. It's more about being comfortable with silence and taking time to reflect on things before you speak or act. It's about being mindful of your thoughts and emotions and not being afraid to sit with them, even if they're uncomfortable. It's about being intentional with your words and actions, rather than just acting impulsively. People who have this quality tend to be highly intelligent and insightful. They're not afraid to question things and think outside the box. They're not swayed by peer pressure or societal norms because they have their own unique perspective on things. And because they take the time to really think things through, they often come up with brilliant solutions to problems that others might overlook. Think about the most successful people in history. People like Albert Einstein, Steve Jobs, and Elon Musk. What do they all have in common? They're all known for being quiet and contemplative and for having a deep understanding of their fields. They didn't just follow the crowd or do things the way they'd always been done. They took risks, questioned everything, and came up with innovative ideas that changed the world. So, if you want to be like them, you might want to consider embracing your inner Sigma male. Take some time to be quiet and reflective each day. Meditate, journal, or just sit in silence and let your thoughts wander. Practice being intentional with your words and actions, and don't be afraid to question things that don't make sense to you. And most importantly, don't be swayed by the opinions of others. Trust your own intuition and follow your own path, even if it's different from what everyone else is doing. Alright guys, we've reached the end of today's episode, and hopefully, I guess you might have learned a thing or two about what it means to be a Sigma male genius. Now, if you're still not sure whether you fit the bill, don't sweat it. Remember, these are just signs, and we'll be back with more. So you guys better be prepared, and stay tuned for more.